Hello everybody, my name is Cameron Earl, and welcome back to the Ultimate Disney Villainous Tournament. In this episode, I bring to you Evil Queen versus Prince John from Introduction Evil versus Ratigan, which the randomized turn order actually got him put on his newly completed puzzle. Ursala from Worst Takes It All, and Oogie Boogie, who is always super fun to see on the table. So this Ultimate Disney Villainous Tournament is a tournament that was going to consist of 29 matches. We got 30 characters now. We are only on match 4 out of 29. This tournament is going to take insanely long, but it is going to be epic. And it is the perfect way for me to just get familiar with every villainous character, at least the ones who stay in. Like Lotso is not going to be back. Lotso's gone. But with Evil Queen, we start with a very nice hand with Black of Night and Thunderbolt. So I think that this first turn's a no-brainer. Go to the mine. I'm going to gain 3 and spend 1. Oh, no, that don't go there. Poison goes there. Spend 1 to play Black of Night. Our first ingredient out, I'm going to use it to gain 3 power again. And then I'm going to play Thunderbolt for 1 power to duplicate Black of Night. And use it to gain 3 power again. A very nice, crisp 7 power on our first turn here. And now we get to draw back up. We draw a Black Magic and a Scream of Fright. Very nice. Already got our second ingredient and potentially our third already. Alright, over here to Prince John now. This new version of Prince John, not so new anymore, has to have Robin not only have 20 power like his original, but he also has to have Robin Hood at the jail. Let me just this up like that. There we go. Alright, so we start with a Rhino Guards, Beautiful Lovely Taxes, Nutsy, and Set a Trap. Well, we might as well go to the jail. Whoa, lost my balance there. I don't know why. Might as well go to the jail, gain 3, and play a free card. We will play Set a Trap. Okay, so you may move an ally to any location, reveal the top 4 cards of your fate deck. You may play a hero, discard the rest. Okay, we get Maid Marian, Ellen A. Dale, or is it Ellen Al Dale? It's Ellen A. Dale. King Richard and Skippy. We're going to play Maid Marian, because when Maid Marian's defeated, we find Robin Hood, and we do need Robin Hood, so that's a good way to get Robin Hood out. And we draw another Set a Trap card. Over here now to Ratigan. Let's see here. We draw Fidget, Bartholomew, Ruffians, and Robot Queen. We do got the Robot Queen already. That's not really a good thing, though, because we are going to need to keep that in our hand, and there is no way we're going to be able to afford it all that soon. So I think I'm just going to go to Flowerson's Toy Shop, gain 3, spend nothing to play Bartholomew. I'll play him to the Secret Lair, and then I'll spend 1 to play Fidget to Buckingham Palace. I'm going to play him there after I discard the Ruffians. I'm going to discard the Ruffians first, then I'll play Fidget. Alright, so he is going to find Flowerstone and play him to the Toy Shop. He was the top card. Alright, hopefully we draw a Capture soon. It would be really unfortunate if we don't, because I do not want Flowerstone to be there for very long. I would much rather have him at the lair. Alright, 1, 2, 3 cards. We draw, there's Capture, Marvelous Trap, and Devious on top. Before I forget, Evil Queen does have the Jealousy condition, which she's going to play. If another player gains 3 or more power, you may play Jealousy, take 1 power from the supply, and add it to your poison. So she is going to do that. Alright, over here now to Ursala, and let's see what we got going here. Nothing great. Oh man, this is not good whatsoever. I think I think last episode I agreed to no first turn fates, so I'm just going to go over here, gain 3, and discard my whole hand. That is not a good starting hand for Ursala, and also Ursala doesn't really have any good way to get through her deck, so we're going to draw back up the 4 cards, and let's see what we get. Binding Contract to the Shore, Arrogance, Whirlpool, and Flotsam. This isn't that much better. Alright. Let's get over to somebody significantly more fun, and that is Oogie Boogie here. Alright, I do have his box here is like a dice tray. I'll put it up here. Well, no, that doesn't work any better. Yeah, I think I'll just go over to the dice tray whenever we have to roll the dice. Alright. We have Bats, Spiders, Imposter Sandy Claus, Imposter Sandy Claus. Okay, good. Really good first hand. So I think I'm going to go over to the Trios Treehouse. And I'm just going to spend 1. I'm going to spend 1 to play Imposter Sandy Claus. Right off the bat. Alright. That is a good roll. We happen to get an 8. So that is going to succeed this Imposter Sandy Claus. We now have 1 out of the 4. And we are going to draw back up. We draw a Making Christmas Time. Alright, now we gotta go all the way over to the other side of the table. Now, of course, this isn't the only Villainous tournament I have going on. I put my Marvel Villainous tournament on a hiatus so I could do this one, but I might return with the Marvel Villainous tournament soon. Because, like, just kind of left that tournament where it was at currently. But it's almost over, so I think we should just get back to it. Alright. Evil Queen's now starting with only 3 cards because, of course, she had that condition. I'm going to go to Woods, gain 2, I'm going to spend 2, and I'm just going to play Scream of Fright. And I'm going to discard I'll Fix You. And that's going to be it. We're going to draw back up. What do we get? Old Hag's Cackle, Magic Tomes, Black Magic, Black Magic. Okay, Evil Queen is progressing really nicely, but at the same time, we also got to make sure we keep our power as well. Because we're going to need poison. We don't want things to get too expensive, especially when we have to get that mirror, you know? Back over to Prince John. I'm going to go over to Nottingham, gain 1, spend 3 to play some Rhino Guards, and going to Vanquish Maid Marian. And now we are instantly going to find Robin Hood. When Maid Marian's defeated, find Robin Hood and play him. He was very close to the bottom. Very glad we did that, because we would have never found Robin Hood if we didn't do that. So when Robin Hood is revealed or found, you must play him immediately to Sherwood Forest. Any other fate cards revealed during this action are discarded. When Robin Hood is defeated, move into jail. Alright. So, Prince John also progressing nicely now. He has already gotten Robin Hood out. And we are going to draw back up. But we are going to fate the Evil Queen, actually. So she is going to get the fate token. And we draw Wishing Well and Grumpy. Well, we can only play Grumpy, so I'm going to play him to the mine. I'm going to cover up a play card and an activate action. And of course, the good thing about Evil Queen is you got to get as many fate cards on her board as possible, because that will rack up Snow White's strength and make her harder to defeat. So I think I'm going to go to Buckingham, gain 1, spend 1 to play Capture, move Flowersham over to the toy shop. And then I'm going to discard 2. Going to get rid of Devious. It's a little risky, but it's fine. And I think we fate Prince John here, actually. See if we could do something to Robin Hood. Well, we ended up getting 2 Steal from the Riches, so I guess Robin Hood is getting 4 power on him. Take 4 power from Prince John. There's only 2. I think that still works, but yeah, Prince John's just going to get 2 power when, so yeah, kind of a dead fate. Got rid of 2 rather good fate cards. We draw Capture, finally some Gears, and Extravagant. Alright. Ratigan's getting pretty close to being able to play the Robot Queen. Okay, back over to Ursala now. Let's see what we got here. Flotsam, Binding Contract, Arrogance, Whirlpool. Okay, well, go here. Eric ship, gain 1, spend 2 to play Flotsam to Eric ship, and discard the rest of my hand, and fate somebody. I'm going to fate Oogie Boogie. He already got that Imposter Sandy Claus out. Maybe we can get rid of it. We got Citizens and Citizens. Okay, well, Citizens are going to go to Oogie's lair. Going to kind of try to prepare for Jet the Skellington. And what will Ursala get? 3, 4. Grow Giant, Jetsam, Trident, and Cauldron. Okay, well, she has the Trident already. And Grow Giant. Okay, this is a much better hand. This is what I consider a good Ursala hand. Alright, over here to Oogie Boogie. We are going to go over to Halloween Town. I'm going to gain 3, spend nothing. I'm going to play Spider here. And then I'm going to discard 1. Actually, I'll discard 2. And then I'll spend 1 to play Imposter Sandy Claus. We get a 9. Once again, another success. Nice. So that's 2 with a 4 on Sandy Claus already. You're going to draw back up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get loaded dice, Imposter Sandy Claus, lock and barrel. Whoo! Oogie Boogie is coming out with the heat right now. A lot of good stuff. Hey, nice. Over here, back over to Evil Queen. I'm just going to go over to Laboratory, gain 1, and then I'm going to play Old Hag's Cackle to gain another 1. And let's see here. How exactly do I want to play this? I think, how much power I got here? I need at least 1 for Mummy Dust, but I need 2 for all the black magics as well. Let's say I brew 6 of this in the poison, and I'm actually going to move Grumpy over. That sounds good. And that's, do we want to fate somebody? Let's get in on the, fate train. Let's fate Robin Hood. Not Robin Hood, Prince John. We get Clever Disguise and Clever Disguise. What is happening? Hey, well, I guess a Clever Disguise is going on Robin Hood. Accidentally poured the power off of him. I realize I'm supposed to be drawing from the bag, but when the fates are kind of obvious this early in the game. So I have to pay 2 power anytime to get rid of Clever Disguise to defeat Robin Hood. Alright, we're going to draw back up. We draw Old Hag's Cackle again. Okay. Over here to Prince John now. Prince John is... Let's see. Kind of wish we got these warrants out before Robin Hood was here. I'm going to go over here to Friar Tuck's Church. I'm going to gain 2. I'll spend the 2 to remove the Clever Disguise off Robin Hood. Then I'll play Beautiful Lovely Taxes to gain 1. I guess I'll just spend that 1, and I'll play a warrant to Friar Tuck's Church. And that'll be it. We get Greed and King Richard's Crown. Okay, pretty much everybody's about to have above 6 power, so Greed's definitely going to be played. Alright, over here now. go over here, gain 3, spend 1 to play some gears to Flowershim's Toy Shop, and I am going to play that condition now because Ratigan has 6 power. Greed, Prince John is going to gain 3 power. Alright, and then I think I'm going to discard 2. And that'll be it. We don't have exactly enough to play the Robot Queen yet, but very soon. We get Royal Robes, Bell, and some more gears. Nice. Having a lot of cards that I want to play, but not enough actions to play them all. Okay, Ursala. I think I'm going to go to the shore. I'm going to spend 2 to play Jetsam after gaining 3. Do I want to play... I don't think I want to play the Trident yet. I am going to discard the Cauldron. I'm going to spend 1 to play Grow Giant to use it to gain 2 from the Palace. I want to hold off on the Trident for now just because it's going to inspire... If it was me, it would inspire more Fate actions, and I don't have the Binding Contract or Ursula's Lair yet. Opportunist, another Binding Contract. Alright. Let's see here. Oogie Boogie time. He does... I think I'm gonna go tree. I'm gonna go to Oogie Boogie's lair. Gain 2. I'm gonna spend 2 to play Barrel to Halloween Town. Well, before I do that, before I spend that 2, I'm gonna gain the 2, of course, for anything. But I also am going to vanquish these citizens. That spider's gonna give me 1 power and let me draw a card. Let's see what that card is before we play anything. It's a vacation. I love that card. But we're still going to play Barrel to Halloween Town. It's a vacation. One of my absolute favorite cards in this deck. Assuming it works out, of course. Could get rid of some really good stuff with that card. I think Oogie Boogie. I think everybody's progressing nicely except Ursula. Ursula is kind of at a standstill right now because I can't get what I need. Alright. We did move Grumpy out of the way. I'm going to go to mine. I'm going to gain 3. I'm going to spend 2 to play Black Magic. Alright. Pretty sure. Yeah, I'm just going to straight up choose the mirror. It was pretty close to the bottom. I'm going to spend 2 to play the mirror. Don't exactly have enough to activate it yet. But we do have the mirror out, and that is what matters. Assuming Sleepy does, or Sneezy doesn't get pulled, that would be really unfortunate. But if that is the case, we do just have another Black Magic that we can play in order to get it out of our discard pile. I'm going to play it to the mine. And we draw back up, and we draw the Throne. Very nice kind of what's the card? Power up card, maybe. Powers up your poison a little, just by an inch. That's a nice little card to have as backup sometimes. All right. Nothing really exciting going on over here. I think I'm just going to go here, gain 3, spend 2. I grabbed 2 power because I thought I was just going to play this, but I'll actually just spend 2 and I'll play Nutsy here Sherwood Forest, and I won't be needing this card, so I'll discard it. And that is it for Prince John. We get Trigger. Alright. Prince John is still the one with the Fate token. But I have a feeling that's going to change very soon. Let's go over here. We got some. Go to Buckingham Palace. Gain 1, spend 1 to play another Gears. I'm going to discard Royal Robes. I'm not going to discard the Bell, though. And I'm going to Fate the Evil Queen. What am I going to get? Oh, boy. Well, we do get Snow White and the Pickaxe, but she is not forced to be played when revealed, so I'm just going to put a Pickaxe on Grumpy. Very weird, but you know. Okay, and we're going to draw back up. We draw a Ruffians and a Capture. I think if something doesn't go wrong, Ratigan should have exactly enough power next turn to pay for the. Oh wait, he actually already does. Yes, it only costs 6 right now. Okay, back over to Ursala. Ursala is a character who can fade a lot. I think we need to start utilizing that. So I'm going to go to Eric's ship. This is really tough. Because I think I'm going to discard 2. I'm just going to fold and play the Trident here. King Triton's going to come out. There he is. Shuffle this a little bit. All right. The cost to attach binding contracts or effects that target him are increased by 1 power. And we are going to Fate Ratigan. That Ratigan. And we draw more useless cards. First Fate action on Ratigan. I'm not sure if he has Devious in his hand. I forgot. Does he? He does not. You're going to draw. We get Call for Help and Olivia. Well, that sucks. Olivia's not really who we want, but I'm going to play her anyway. I'm going to play her to the toy shop. I'm not going to play Call for Help yet, but real shame that we had to draw that already. Alright, Oogie Boogie's turn. I'm going to go over here to Halloween Town. I'm going to start off by playing It's a Vacation. Hopefully we get something out of it. Obviously gaining 3, then spending 1 to play It's a Vacation. We discard Jack Skellington, that's huge. Hello Oogie and Hello Oogie. Okay, so unfortunately we only got rid of Jack, but it was Jack Skellington, so pretty good. But when barrels, when I'm at his location, my dice results are increased by 1, so I'm going to spend 1 to play Imposter Sandy Claus. Alright, we draw a 12. The only time we ever actually roll a 13. The only time I think I've ever rolled a 13 on the dice. We got a pretty nasty 12. Oh, you can't even see the dice tray. I thought the dice tray was in frame. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting. And then we are going to discard, what have we here, because that's a useful card for later. We draw a What Did Santa Bring You and a Bats. Alright. Everybody has pretty much moved on with their goal at this point, which I think is good. That means this is an even match so far. I definitely think some are way closer to winning than others. All right. I don't have a Mummy's Dust. I also need to activate the mirror. I'm going to go over here to the laboratory. Gain 1, spend 2 to play Black Magic. Alright, there we go. Shuffle that. We're going to get a Mummy Dust out here. Oh, and I immediately dropped the card. And, I mean, we got to fate somebody, right? Let's draw from the bag this time. Yeah, we draw to Evil Queen or Ratigan when you're not fading. And I draw Ratigan. Okay. Well, there's no fade action here. That's the problem with the bag. Okay, back over to Prince John. Go over to Nottingham, gain 1, spend 2 to play Trigger, and Nutsy is going to give him enough strength by himself to defeat Robin Hood. I'm going to get that 2 power back. Robin Hood is at the jail now. And I am going to discard 1 card. And I'm going to fate. But who am I going to fate is the question. Let's see here. Obviously, we draw Prince John or Ratigan. We don't fate. Oh, really nice. Shuffle in there. Okay, who do we get? Ursala. Okay. Maybe we can do something to prevent her from getting a contract on King Triton. Alright, we get Dinglehopper and Flounder. Well, yeah, you know what? Let's play Flounder. Because obviously Ursala needs a good way to get through her deck, and playing Flounder is not a way to do that. We'll play him to the shore. Okay. Flounder's a lot worse for Ursala than a lot of people think he is. Alright, there we go. And now we are over to Ratigan. Alright, well, nothing really went wrong, so we are going to go over to Flowersham's Toy Shop. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to go over to Big Ben. Gain 2. We are going to spend 6 whopping power, whilst also getting rid of these gears. And we are bringing out the one, the only, Robot Queen, and then we are going to move her to Flowersham's Toy Shop. And that is going to be it. We're going to draw back up, and we draw a uniform. Okay, so Ratigan is now the one with the biggest target on his back, I feel. We're going to go over to Ursala. Go over here, gain 3, spend 1 to play Grow Giant, and use it to fate Ratigan. Not really much we can do right now. I could do this differently, actually. You know what? Yeah, put this power back. Move over here instead. Use it to then just gain the 1 and spend the 1 normally to play Grow Giant and use it to fate Ratigan. What do we get? We get Makeshift Balloon and Dawson. Oh man, we are just losing all. We are just misusing all of the cards. We'll play Makeshift Balloon on Flaversham. He gets +2 strength, and I can immediately move that hero to any location. I'm going to move him to Buckingham Palace. Oh, we got rid of 2 of the best cards to use for Basil. Unfortunately, that is not good. And then I'm going to activate Jetsam to move Flounder over here. And that'll be it. We draw Divination. Finally, something we can use. Alright, over here now to Oogie Boogie, who now has 3 Imposter Sandy Clauses. Oh, Ursula did take a play card action, so I'm going to play What Did Santa Bring You? I can discard any number of cards from my hand and draw 2 cards. I'm going to discard these bats. We're going to draw 2 cards. Nice. Got something good. In that case, I'm going to move the Trio's Treehouse. I'm going to move Barrel over. Gain 2, spend 1 to play... Oh my god. Why did I do that? I just have a mountain of power here. Spend 1 to play Imposter Sandy Claus. Pretty much no way we fail this. Oh, we got an 8. Do y'all see the dice tray? Yeah. We got an 8. So, just like that, Santa Claus is out of the game. We didn't even have to use any cheats. We won all of those. Some really good luck on Oogie Boogie today. Sandy Claus is out of here. And Jack Skellington is going to rise from the discard pile and show up at Oogie's lair. Now the only thing between us and a victory is Jack Skellington. Pretty much everybody's where they need to be right now except Ursula. So I am going to fate somebody. I'm not going to draw from the bag. I'm just going to choose. I think I choose the Evil Queen. She is going to draw a card because of the mirror. What does she draw? She draws a Vanity, which I don't think she can use at all. No, she can't even use it on Ratigan right now. We draw Dopey and a Love's First Kiss. Okay, we're going to play Dopey, and we're going to play him to the mine. It's pretty much the only place to play Dopey right now. That might actually hurt Evil Queen more than I think it does. I'm not sure. Is there a way... I probably can't afford to kill Dopey right now, dude, can I? No, and I can't do it. I can't activate either. Huh. Interesting. Well, I think I'm going to go to the woods, spend 1, and I'm going to play Mummy's Dust. And I'm going to discard 1. I'm going to discard 3 cards. And we're going to draw back up. We draw Mummy's Dust, Magic Tomes, and Take a Bite. Might be forced to kill Dopey. Might be. We really need to activate that mirror right now. Either Dopey or Grumpy. We need to kill somebody. All right. I think I'm going to go over to Sherwood Forest. I'm going to gain 1. I'm going to spend 1, and I'm going to play King Richard's Crown to the jail. And then I'm going to discard 1. And I'm going to fate Ratigan. We might as well just move over there now, because Prince John's turn's over. Okay, what do we get against Ratigan? We get... Oh, I accidentally drew 2 cards. We get Miss Judson and Basil. Okay, we do got Basil. I am going to play him here. He is going to kill... He is going to destroy the Robot Queen. But the thing is, Ratigan's goal is going to change. This all depends on how quickly Ratigan can get Felicia out. So Ratigan is now the rat. And his goal is now to defeat Basil. Alright, well, go over here. Spend 1 to play the bell. And I'm just going to activate it. Felicia was very close to the top. Okay. Felicia is now in our hand. And, well, I don't think I fate anybody. I think I keep this this pretty little fate token here, is what I would do. I don't want to get rid of the fate token, you know? You got Felicia in our grasp now. And it is over to Ursala. Alright, let's see what we have going here. We have Divination. I really need to Fate, but at the same time I can't. So we're going to go to short. We're going to gain 3. I'm going to spend 1 to play Divination. Reveal cards from the top of my deck until I reveal a Binding Contract. Put that Binding Contract into my hand, discard the rest. Change form. Pour Unfortunate Souls. Binding Contract to the shore. Ugh, that's not what we want. Well, in that case then, I'm just going to spend 2 just because I can. I'm going to attach a Binding Contract to the shore to Flounder. We're going to draw it up. We draw a Change Form. And it is now over to Oogie Boogie, who is now in the process of killing the Jack Skellington. I'm going to go over to Halloween Town. Game 3, I'm going to spend 2 to play Lock. And I'm only going to spend 1 to play Bats because of Lock's ability. And discard the 2 cheats I have. And we're just going to draw back up. Got loaded dice. What did Santa bring you? This time we bagged him and Imposter Santa Claus. Okay, so unfortunately no allies. I don't have my strength tokens out right now. I forgot them. But Lock and Barrel each have 3 strength. You're back over here. This is proven to probably be one of the quicker games of round 1 out of the 6 that we're going to be having. Because everybody progressed really fast, except Ursula. Okay, so Evil Queen, currently struggling with the activate actions, but I am going to go over to the mine. I am going to gain 3. I'm going to take a bite of Dopey. 3 poison. I should have just kept it over here because I'm getting 3 power. Dopey is gone. I'm going to activate the mirror for 3 to find Snow White and play her. Oh, I forgot. This is unlocked now. But Snow White currently cannot be defeated because she has more strength than I have poison. So, definitely have to find a way to gain some moolah. But we're going to draw back up, and we draw an Alfixia. Alright, so, Oogie Boogie has the hero he needs out. Prince John has the hero he needs out. Evil Queen has the hero needs out. Ratigan has the hero he needs out. And Ursala has the hero she needs out. So, everybody has the hero that they need to defeat out. And or already defeated. In Prince John's case. Alright, but as the game is already nearing its end, unfortunately, though, not really any possibilities for fate actions here that would have benefited anybody to go do that. So I think Ratigan's going to be our early winner. So in that case, I'm just going to go over to the jail. Gain 3. I'm going to spend 2 to play the Sheriff of Nottingham to Nottingham. And, yeah, Prince John too. I'm definitely going to have to be focusing more on Prince John's power now. I'm going to move here. I'm going to discard 1. That's going to be it for Prince John. We draw a beautiful, lovely Texas and a golden arrow. Alright. Ratigan is going to go over to Big Ben. We're going to keep this little thematic. Gain 2. Spend 3 to play Felicia. I'm going to play her to the secret lair because she's going to eat Bartholomew right at the entrance of the secret lair, just like in the movie. Then I'm going to move her over to Flowersham's Toy Shop, and I'm going to vanquish Basil with her. The most thematic way we could have killed Basil in this situation. But with that, Ratigan is our first winner very early into the game. Pretty much leaving everybody else in the dust. Nobody else is probably going to win on their next turn. Even though they are pretty close. If we faded Ratigan again, we would have got Queen's Guards and Queen's Guards, and then right after that would have been Sabotage and more Queen's Guards. So, yeah, not really anything we could have done to Ratigan at all. He was pretty much destined to win this game at this stage. Even then, I could have drawn like a devious card or something this turn. But, hey, the man with the puzzle always wins, you know? Okay, the fate token is going away with that. It is going to die. The fate token dies with Ratigan. And Ratigan is now our first person moving on. First villain moving on. First rat moving on. What a fun character. Over to Ursala, who's just not having fun right now. I'm going to go over here to Ursula's lair, activate to move Flounder over. Just so I could do something. Kill Flounder. Gain 1 spent, but I'm going to play Whirlpool to move Triton over. I think I'm going to be forced to at this point to just kill him with the Eric ship. Can't fate though, so we're going to drive out. We get a binding contract to the palace. We're just not drawing the Ursula's lair contract that I need. But yeah, over here now to Oogie Boogie, who I still don't think has enough. Did she take a play card action? She did. What did Santa bring you? You discard any number of cards in our hand. I'm going to discard my whole hand, and we get to draw 2 cards. We get Trick or Treat. We'll save Trick or Treat, actually. Don't exactly know what to do here. I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go over here. I'm going to play Imposter Sandy Claus, literally just because I can. We get a 8 with Barrel. So Jack Skellington's going to get -1 strength. I don't have my strength token, so I'm just going to put a power on him to show that he has -1 strength. And I'm going to move Barrel over to the graveyard. That's going to be it. Shock has to be in here somewhere. We'll hopefully find her eventually. Nope, we just get Trick or Treat, making Christmas time, making Christmas time. Wow. Alright. Making Christmas, making Christmas, making Christmas time. Okay, Evil Queen is still kind of struggling a little bit to get poisoned, but not anymore. We're going to go to Laboratory. Gain 1. I'm going to play Old Hag's Cackle to gain 2 more. And we're going to brew all of that juicy, juicy power into poison, which will give her 7. Snow White currently has 5 strength. Watch out for Doc, though. And I'm going to fate Oogie Boogie, because obviously Oogie Boogie's a little closer to winning than everybody else. We get Citizens of Halloween Town and the Mayor of Halloween Town. I'm going to play some Citizens to Oogie's Lair to give some extra protection to Jack Skellington. And that is Evil Queen's turn. Now Evil Queen is the one who needs fated, because she pretty much wins next turn if they don't. Alright. Prince John, going to move the Sheriff over. He is going to give me 1 power. If I defeat Robin Hood while he's at the jail, he doesn't get discarded, does he? Anyway, I'm going to go over to Firetux Church. Gain 2, and I'm just going to spend nothing. I'm going to play 2 Beautiful Lovely Taxes, which is going to give me 2 more power. 2, 3, 4. Okay. He is at 10 power. He is at 11 power now. And we're going to draw back up. We get a Wolf Archers. Oh, wait. I'm also moving the Sheriff over to Nottingham. Yeah, some Wolf Archers and another Warrant. Okay. Ursala the Fading Queen is going to have to fate right about now, probably. I think pretty much the most useful thing she can do right now. Yeah, I'm going to go over to Eric's ship, gain 1. I'm going to spend 3 to put a binding contract to the ship on Triton. I'm going to discard the rest of my hand. And I'm going to fate Evil Queen. We get Happy and Woodland Creatures. I'm going to play Happy because she does draw a card. But even since it is, she did draw another Take a Bite, but she still will not have enough poison to defeat Snow White now because he will make her lose 3 poison. Happy's so good. Happy's definitely the best dwarf in the deck besides Doc. Okay, we're going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4. We draw Trickery, Binding Contract to the ship, Divination, and Change Form. Still, no crown. We're going to play Trickery immediately on Oogie Boogie to play the top card of his Fate deck. We get Distraction. Move a hero to an adjacent location. You may discard an ally or item from that hero's new location. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be ally, even though I have them as printed one. So we're going to move Jack Skellington over, and he's going to get rid of Barrel. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be ally. But okay. Let's see here. Prince Jaw did gain 2 power, so I'm just going to use Trick or Treats. 2 Trick or Treats on him. The first one we get an 11, so we're going to gain 2 power. And then we get a 7, which is take 1 power from your player. So I guess I'll take 1 power from Prince John and gain 2. Alright, well, I'm going to go over here, Halloween Town, gain 3 power. And we're just going to see what I can do here. Dude, I have so much power. How much power do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 power on Oogie Boogie. Well, I'm going to spend 1 of that to play Making Christmas Time. On 8 or more, perform any available non-fate action on a result. 7 or less, draw a card. Okay, we roll a 4, our lowest roll yet, so we are just going to draw a card. And it's the Bathtub. Okay, actually, let's play the Bathtub. And we're going to activate it immediately. We're going to move all of these guys and the Bathtub over to the graveyard. And I might as well just discard Making Christmas Time. We're going to draw the last 4 cards of our deck. Shock has to be in here. She is. We get Bats, Spiders, Shock, and what have we here? Very stacked final 4 cards for our current situation right now. Alright. Jack has run off to the graveyard, but the citizens are still in the lair. Over here to Evil Queen now. Let's see here. Yeah, we still don't really got enough money to do anything. I think I'm just going to go over here to the mine and gain 3. And that's going to be it. Not looking good for the Evil Queen right now, I will say. Go over here to Prince John. We are going to move the Sheriff over to gain another power. And go to Sherwood Forest, gain 1. I'll spend 1 to play a warrant to Nottingham. And discard 2 cards. And I'll fate somebody. I'll fate Ursala. Let's see if we get that contract off of Triton. We can! We get Sebastian! Choose a binding contract that is attached to a hero at unlocked location and attach it to Sebastian instead. I'm going to play him to Eric's ship so the binding contract gets attached to him while he's already at the ship. This is the way... Yeah, everybody's bullying everybody. Okay, and we draw Rhino Guards, Intimidation, Imprison, and we still got the Golden Arrow. Over here now to Ursala. I'm just going to go over here and gain 3, and that's going to be it. We draw. Oh, well, there's the contract to Ursala's lair. Finally. We still don't got the crown out. Okay. Oogie Boogie's turn. We're going to go over here to the lair. Gain 2, spend 2 to play Shock. And with that, we have enough strength to vanquish Jack Skellington. And that is game for Oogie Boogie. Surprisingly, our second winner here. I honestly expected Oogie Boogie to be the loser in this whole thing. But not failing any of those imposter Santa Clauses really did help us out a lot. Nice. All right. Well, it is now down to the wire, and I'm going to move some stuff around real quick. So, let me pause this video real quick. All right, we are back to the Evil Queen, who's definitely struggling right now. I'm going to go to the woods. I'm going to play Alfixia so I can use actions that are covered by heroes just so I can gain 2. And I'm going to discard 2. And draw back up. We get Huntsman and Alfixia again. Alright. Over here now to Prince John. Let's see here. Blah, 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 blah. Not really much that we could do. Let's see here. Was unable to move the sheriff back, so I'm just going to go to the jail and gain 3. We're at the point where we're just trying to gain as much money as possible now. And I'm going to discard everything. Oh, actually, no. I'll spend nothing. I'll attach a golden arrow to Nutsy, because why not? Probably won't use it, but it's there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We draw 2 wolf archers, 2 wolf archers, rhino guards, and an imprison card. And the thing I moved around was I moved Ursala over here. Because, yeah. So I didn't have to walk around the table as much. Alright, Ursala. Oh man, Ursala's not in a good position at all. I'm going to go over to Ursala's lair. Gain 1. I'll spend 3. Place our buying contract on him. Activate Jetsam. So Trident is finally dead. He's finally deaded. And then I'm going to move the Trident over to Ursala's lair. So we finally have the Trident. We finally moved on with our goal, and we just draw the Cauldron again. Alright. Over here now to Evil Queen. Let's see here. I'm going to go over here to the laboratory. Gain 1. I'm going to spend 1 to place the Huntsman here. I'm going to move Grumpy over. And I'm going to brew all of this into poison. We have 9 now. And I'm going to fate Prince John. We got here. Lady Cluck or Toby. Okay, we'll play Lady Cluck to... I don't want to give him any money. So, I'll play him to Sherwood Forest. And we're going to draw back up. We draw a Scream of Fright. back over to Prince John now. I think these two could probably just win without fading. I don't think we really got to worry about Ursula right now. But that would be boring, so we're not going to do that. Once again, not much for him to do. I think I'll go over here to... first I'm gonna move Sheriff. Well, actually, you know what? No, because I can move Sheriff over and gain 1 power out of that. He'll get +1 strength. I'll just move over to Nottingham. I'll gain 1, and I will spend. Well, I'll do nothing. I'm just gonna vanquish with these two. I used the golden arrow, so I'll get 2 power out of that. That's all I'll do. Well, I'll fate somebody. I'll fate Evil Queen because she's here. We draw Woodland Creatures and Bashful. I'm going to play Woodland Creatures. She has 2 Take-A-Bites in her hand. We're just going to get rid of one of them. And what is Ursula's whole thing going on right now? I'm going to go over to Eric's ship. I'm going to discard everything, and I'm going to fate... Who do I want to fate? I'll fate the Evil Queen. Okay. We draw Pickaxe and Sleepy. I can play them both, so I'm going to play Sleepy here. I'm going to put Pickaxe on her. How much strength does that give her, though? So what, that's 6 plus 3 is 9. Unfortunately, that just doesn't cut it. Evil Queen is going to... Evil Queen is going to go over to the Dwarf's Cottage, and she's going to kill Snow White with exactly enough poison. That is Evil Queen as our 3rd winner. A little scary when I said the Evil Queen is a very powerful contender. I meant it, but man, she kind of struggled this game towards the end there. I mean, all you got to do is just fade her a bunch. Pretty much the same with any other villain, but she could get especially hurt. If we manage to fate her again... We've got Sneezy. Doc was at the bottom, unfortunately. All right. I'm going to put her over there. I'm going to move... everybody down a little bit. But I think it's a no-brainer on who's going to end up winning this game. It was pretty stacked against Ursula from the start. I mean, this version of Ursula is just not as good as the introduction. Evil Ursula can't win as easily, can't get through her deck as easily. They definitely fixed that with introduction to evil version of Ursula, where she now has the Whirlpool card that lets her get through her deck very fast. I don't even think Ursula has a way to fate Prince John next turn. Alright, well, we're here. I'm just going to go over to the jail and gain 3, and that is going to be it. Go over here. I forgot to draw back up with her, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe she gets Grow Giant. She does. Okay, well, then I'll play this condition, actually. We get Friar Tuck. We just play discard all warrants, so I'll play into Nottingham, get rid of all that warrant there. And then I have a Grow Giant card. So I'm going to go over to the shore. I will discard 2. I will spend 1 to play Grow Giant and use it to fate. And let's see what we get here. We get 1, 2. Little John and Steal from the Rich. Okay, we'll play Steal from the Rich on Friar Tuck. He's going to take 4 power from Prince John. Putting Prince John back down to 17 power. Prince John does not have... Maybe discarding would have been a good idea with Prince John, actually. 2, 3, 4. That is it for her. Arrogance. There's the crown. We finally got the crown. Alright, back over to Prince John. Not a lot of good stuff happening right now. I'm going to go over here to Sherwood Forest. I'm going to discard everything. Not really worried about that 4 power. I'm just worried about getting maybe something like Greed. But I'm also worried about fading Ursula. So I'm going to draw 2 cards. We got a Snarfblat and Max. Max is played to Ursula's location. We move Ursula to any unlocked location. I'm going to do that. Move her there. And I'm going to move her to Eric's ship. Alright. Over here now. I'm going to move to Ursula's lair. Gain 1. Spend 4 to play the crown. And I'm just going to activate it. What is it? Look at the top 2 cards of Fate deck. Either discard both or return them to the top in any order. Okay, we draw Snarfblat and return to form. Well, we're going to keep those because that's not going to do anything to us at all. Prince John's going to go over. Prince John can't Fate either, so we're going to go over to the jail. We're going to gain 3. And just like, well, maybe we could Fate if we spent money. But just like that, the Fate wouldn't have mattered anyway. Just like that, Ursula is a very surprise winner here against Prince John. I cannot believe Prince John didn't actually win. Maybe I played it wrong. If we Fated again, we would have got Grimsby, but that wouldn't have done anything. Ariel was the next Fate after that. Very close match, though. Extremely close. Both were at win condition. But, dang. Insane how Ursula won that. That's crazy to me that Ursula managed to sneak in a win there. Well, just like that then, Prince John from Introduction to Evil is out of the tournament. Definitely not somebody I expected to lose this early. But I don't mind. You know, Prince Johns aren't really all that fun. They're not all that because they're also not all that interesting. So definitely don't get as much good stuff out of him that we do as somebody like Oogie Boogie, Evil Queen, and Ratigan. Very happy that those 3 moved on. I could have cared less about which one of these 2 won. But, yeah. And the thing is, he came... Wait, no, he did win. Wait. No, Prince John did win. Ursula didn't win. Because he doesn't have to start his turn. So when he got the 20 power that first time, he did win. Nope, never mind, guys. I messed up. Prince John is actually our 4th winner. Prince John Introduction to Evil is moving on. It is actually Ursula who is out of this tournament. All right. I forgot about the fact that he doesn't have to start his turn yet. Prince John is the winner. Wow, I almost made a very crucial error there. Okay, well, let me make sure I mark Ursula off so I remember that Ursula is out. I just gaslighted all Ursula fans out there. Alright, well, nope, Prince John is actually our winner. Due to win condition and not win condition rules. But thank you everybody so much for watching. We just got 2 matches left of round 1. And that is Dr. Facilier versus Jafar versus Yzma versus Maleficent from Introduction to Evil versus Scar. And Madam M versus Pete versus Prince John versus Ursula from Introduction to Evil versus Captain Hook. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.